Raindrops pitter patter, but it doesn't matter. I'm still smiling today. It's been storming lately, but don't worry, baby. Good things coming our way. Looking out the window at thunder clouds. Baby, up above them, the sun is out. Raindrops pitter patter, but it doesn't matter. Good things coming our way.
Hello there. Welcome back to another edition of Life Coaching with Tammy. I am Tammy Long, certified life coach, here to empower you to break free and discover the threats and opportunities for living a life of wellness in body, mind, and spirit. Today, I wanted to read to you out of the book Broken Toys, Broken Dreams by Terry Kellogg. Specifically, what I wanted to discuss today were earmarks of dysfunction and specifically codependency. Oftentimes, we find ourselves going from one extreme to another. The pendulum can swing both ways. We can find ourselves veering way this way or way that way. What an example would be are some things here in the book that talk about common characteristics of codependent individuals. For each characteristic mentioned, the opposite of the characteristic may also be true, since 180 degrees from sick is still sick. It's on the same line, and it's usually indicative of the same problems. For example, here are some. Self-doubt. Question and doubt thoughts, feelings, and behavior. The opposite is excessive self-assurance to the point of arrogance. Poor self-image. We miss the precious, valuable person we are. Nothing is enough for us to decide that we look or are okay. Difficulty caring for others. We take care of others, not ourselves. We practice self-neglect as an art form. The opposite is a total self-focus, an addiction to self. Living with stress. Stress to a codependent is like water to a dolphin. We can exist outside of it, but just barely. We swim through it, play with it, steep ourselves in it. Only, unlike water, it doesn't provide us with buoyancy and sustenance. It becomes a shortcut to burnout. We drown in it. Excessive social discomfort. Social situations can produce extreme anxiety. We avoid certain social settings and use alcohol or other externals to gain power and control. We may choose to socialize with people we can control easily. We can also use seduction and charm as a way of controlling and manipulating. Being controlled by children. Always reacting to, trying to fix, or be obsessed with our children is common. Our lives, their needs, education, illness, struggles. The opposite is to ignore and neglect children or have them take care of us. Giving more and receiving less. We keep doing more and more for others and receiving less and less in return. We get into the triangle of being the rescuer, finding the victim, and then getting kicked in return and become the victim. And then needing a rescuer and doing the kicking. Unsatisfactory relationships. Our relationships don't quite fit our lives or needs. They never live up to our expectations. The other extreme is to pretend our relationships are perfect, when in fact they are empty or falling apart. Distrusting self. We do not trust our instincts, feelings, thoughts, or ideas and believe other people know more than we do or have the answer that we don't. We have little confidence. The opposite is being overconfident in our ideas, never doubting ourselves and our feelings and instincts. We tend to go along with other people's ideas, even when we know it is wrong. Perfectionist. We attempt perfection and become compulsive to hide the broken self and our broken integrity. We hide behind the image of being all together. The opposite is to screw up most of what we do, goof off, and set up others to expect nothing of us. Being driven. Sometimes it seems as though there are external forces that drive us in unfathomable directions. We act as though we have goals, but the driveness is from behind or within and never toward anything real. Having the opposite, no goals or plans with nothing to motivate us, is equally destructive. Fears. Fears becomes worries, obsessiveness, anxiety, and phobias. The absence of feeling of safety in our lives keeps us from really being ourselves. We become so reactive to the fears that we seek fear or we begin to fear nothing. And let's do one more. Lack of boundaries. We don't have boundaries intellectually, physically, emotionally, spiritually, or sexually. We often don't notice, recognize, or respect other people's boundaries. When we develop boundaries, we often use them as a club, being rigid and isolated. So you see, there are one extreme to another. The key is to find the middle ground. And in that middle ground is where we find peace and acceptance, serenity at best. So I wanted to share these things with you. If you found that helpful, again, the name of the book was Broken Toys, Broken Dreams by Terry Kellogg. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you found some value to this. And how do you all like my scar? I had an accident, but we just keep on going on. Even when life hurts us, we got to pick ourselves up and keep going. So I hope you have a very wonderful day. Thank you for stopping by. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and share. And have a wonderful day. and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.